Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're watching this on Saturday, January 28th, it's my birthday. Basically, this video is all of my favorite games that I play with my friends. And I picture the perfect evening with hanging with friends is inviting them over, drinking tons of wine, having some good food, and playing tons of board games. So these are some of my favorite games that I'm playing right now with my friends, and we spend hours playing them. Of course, I love the basic games like Monopoly, Scrabble, Life. The kind of games that you played growing up, still love those. Monopoly is still one of my all-time favorite games. Clue is also very fun with a group of friends. Some of these are classics, some of these are new ones that I found and we really love playing, and one of them I haven't even played yet, and I'm gonna play it today on my birthday tonight, so I can give you the scoop on that. And then there's tons of other games that I'd like to get I can review for you on my channel, because board games are a huge part of my life, and I don't hang out with people unless they like to play board games. That's not true. Sometimes. So let's start with like the basic classic one here. Settlers of Catan is always one of my favorites. I don't really know how to explain this game. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this video because I'm horrible at explaining how to play games, but I'm gonna try my best. Pretty much you plot out the land with the water around it. You're a settler, and with every spin, you gain resources and you can build roads. Where are my little dudes? Build little houses and roads. It's actually been a while since I played Catan, probably since last summer, so I'm gonna have to play Catan again. Always loved it. It's fun with people who actually enjoy playing Catan, because you don't want to pull your mom into a game like this, because she's probably not going to enjoy it, unless, you know, there is a mom who enjoys Catan. My mom does not. My mom doesn't ever finish any games. It's very frustrating. But it's cool in Monopoly, because then I can buy all of her property. Catan obviously is a classic that you play with other Catan-loving people. Another one is a little bit more obscure, and that is Dominion, and I have no idea how to describe Dominion. Okay, I'm really bad at this. Basically, you get a hand, and you want things to work in your favor, and you win victory points, and then whoever has the most victory points at the end wins. If you want to learn how to play Dominion, look this one up. It's a little bit more complicated. My brother got it when he lived in Germany for 2 years, and he has the German version, so sometimes we like to brush up on our German. As soon as he got home, he bought me this version. Sorry. I'll be better about describing. That one's a little bit more complicated. So we'll talk about Dutch Blitz next. Dutch Blitz is a very quick, fast pace. You gotta be on your toes to even think about winning. Just have 4 different colors with ranging numbers of 1 through 10. You have like different graphics on the back, so you can really decipher who wins the most points in the end and who played as many cards. 4 decks of 40 cards each, and you can play them by 2, 3, or 4 people. Each of the 4 decks has a different design. Prime objective of the game is to build as many cards in sequence 1 through 10 in the same respective color in the center of your piles. So it's hard when you have like a large table and you're having to reach over because that's the only red pile there is, and then you can create a new red pile over here and that person's mad because they have to reach all the way over there. It's just we're all yelling at each other. It's a yelling match in this game because it's so quick and you have to get to the piles before someone else puts a 2 down. The first person to get rid of all their cards will yell Blitz, and then the game is over, and then you go and see how many points everyone has in either your negative or your positive. If you guys like playing games where you just straight up yell at each other and talk about how being far away from the blue jack is really unfair, then that's the game for you. It's very fun, very quick paced. I recommend getting 2 different piles because you're going to want to play with a lot. It's very fun with a lot of different people. You can get them on Amazon, or I just got them at Barnes & Noble. So next one is an easy one. Everybody's played Cards Against Humanity, but it's so fun, especially playing with adults. I love playing this with my parents because I really feel like I am their daughter whenever we play this game. If you haven't heard about Cards Against Humanity, I don't know who you are. Like, where you been? So this next one we've been playing so much with our friends, and it's such a quick game that literally we could play all night. The quicker you get better at lying and thinking of different scenarios and situations, and the more you play this, it gets really hard because we all become really good at it. But it's one night, and we just call it Werewolf. I don't know why it's called one night. Well, I know why it's called one night because it's one night of events, and that's why, but we just call it Werewolf, and I feel like that's catchier. Each player takes a role like of a villager or a werewolf or other special characters, and it's your job to figure out who the werewolf is because you want to kill the werewolves. Unless you are a werewolf yourself, then you have to try to think of a plot where people don't suspect you as being the werewolf. At the end of the timer, you will all point to who you think the werewolf is, and hopefully you pick the werewolf and the werewolf is killed. So if you as a team vote and you don't end up picking the werewolf, then you all die because you get eaten by the werewolves. But if you happen to pick a werewolf, both of the werewolves die. You have an app on your phone and it correlates with the game and it has some background music and it will kind of walk you through how you do it. So if you're a villager, you don't do anything and it's really lame to be a villager, but when you're a werewolf, this could come in handy. So here's the werewolf card. This is what you don't want to be unless you like really scheming and lying. You have the app and it'll say, everyone close your eyes. And you close your eyes, everybody will be like, werewolves, wake up. And you can look at each other. So sometimes there's two werewolves or there's one in the center and you're the only werewolf. And you can look in the center cards. And if you see that there's an insomniac, which only sees, that's the only insomniac there, you could say, I was the insomniac. I'm not the werewolf. And people either believe you or they don't. But like say something, you have the seer. So then it'd be like, werewolves, close your eyes. And the seer, you may look at two in the center or someone else's card. So then you'll look at someone else's card and be like, oh my gosh, Kate is the werewolf because I just saw it. So if Kate's lying later, you say, well, I was the seer. I looked at Kate's card and she's definitely the werewolf. And sometimes either they will believe that Kate's the werewolf or they will say, are you really the seer? And then someone will say, I was the troublemaker and I saw that she was the seer and I traded her with Derek's card and he was a villager. So now I'm a villager, but at least that validated my story. And then people are looking at Kate like, oh yeah, she's the werewolf for sure. You got to get really good at lying to your friends. Tanner is one of my favorites. Tanner wants to die worse than the werewolf. So the Tanner will do whatever it takes to die and he wins because he wants to kill himself. So the Tanner's really fun to throw in there too because you'd be like, I don't know, maybe I'm a werewolf, maybe I'm not. It's just a very, very fun game, very quick. I just highly recommend it. It's one of our favorite games that we play. Play it all night. For some reason different personalities come out. Like I always giggle and laugh when I'm the villager. People always think that I'm the werewolf because I just can't keep it no one believes me. I'm a villager. Like seriously, I'm a villager. Okay, I'm a villager. And then I still always end up my fingers at, and I was like, I was a villager, you guys. And then everybody loses because they don't believe me because I tend to giggle. With the expansion pack, you get the drunk, which is a really fun card. They'll say, the drunk, wake up. And you literally just switch from the center, one card, and you are that card now, but you don't know who you are. You could be a werewolf, you could be anything, you have no idea. But I think that's just a fun wild card in there. I think it's hilarious. So I know that we're going to be playing a lot of that tonight. It's seriously like our go-to game that we play to as a group. This next one is a brand new game that I just got. If you've ever seen the YouTube channel Tabletop, which I'll link down below for this specific edition of Gloom because it got me wanting to play this. If you want to get more into board games, Tabletop is what I watch to find new things and I love that channel. Basically you're competing to have the worst day and then potentially the worst day in order to kill off your whole family, which sounds really morbid, but it's just fun, you know? Basically, you get a family. You want to kill off all these characters before everybody else, so you want to have the worst days every day. So let's see, we have Balazar. Balazar knows where all the bones are buried, which is very, alliteration is a big factor to this game, which also makes it very fun because we can all practice our alliteration. So what you want is to add as many negative points, but then you're also given positive points to give to other people. So you could have a scenario where Balazar's dream is to find the perfect place to bury his bone. So that's what he's trying to do, and there is a graveyard site over there that would be the perfect place. But on his way to going to bury his bone, he accidentally steps on a beehive and gets stung by 100 bees. So he's having a really horrible day today. So this is what it would look like. So we would have negative points on, and then positive points, and you want to get as many negative points, and eventually you'll draw a death card and you can be able to kill him off after a certain amount of points. But what's fun about the addition cards is that you're given a certain amount of addition cards that you can give to other people, and someone else could be like, well, actually what happened after he got stung by all those bees, he was in the hospital, and there was a one of his favorite bone manufacturers was in town, and he came by the hospital and gave him a year's supply of dog bones for him to bury. So he's having a really great day today. So we're gonna add 10 points to him. You know, now he isn't as close to death as he thought. So it's very fun with people who enjoy role-playing games or like making up stories. So it could get pretty crazy. Was terrified by topiary. So you could create a story around being terrified by a topiary, or was put into prison. So you could say, well, actually that wasn't a guy that was coming by to give him free bones. He actually gave him the bones that were stolen by somebody else, and he was convicted of that crime of stealing a life supply worth of bones. So he actually went to prison for that. See what I'm saying? It's just fun. You can create your own. Can't wait to play this. I'm going to play this tonight with some of my friends. We're going to get into that and see if we really enjoy it, but I mean, I can only tell that I'm going to love this game. So, if you have any other games that you'd like to recommend to me that you think that would be right up my alley, post them down below. I would love to check them out. I actually have a list of other games that I'd like to check out, like Love Letter, a game called Coup, Roll With It, sounds really fun. You know, it's my birthday and I can post whatever video that I want on my birthday, and I'm in Game Zone, so I wanted to post a video about some of my favorite games that I like to play right now. Another really fun one is that we got the Ticket to Ride app. I think it's like $4, but I think I got it on sale for $2, but my boyfriend and I play that all the time. This is what Ticket to Ride looks like. You get different cards and different routes. You can connect here, here, here. So I'm gonna choose those tickets. This route right here, I need 2 black trains, and so I'm gonna take those 2 black cards, and then my next turn, so basically I'm gonna take these 2 black cards and place them on there. Boom, started my train. Ticket to Ride is a very easy game for people who want to break into board games. Very easy to teach. The app I do recommend. It's very fun and easy, and you can play with other people easily. I tend to get all of my favorite games on apps because sometimes you're not friends with people who enjoy playing games as much as you do. So the apps, I'll recommend some apps too. That Ticket to Ride is definitely worth the $4. The Dzinskis. Yes, I'm friends with all married people. The Dzinskis are going to be bringing the actual physical copy of Ticket to Ride, which will be very fun. Obviously, I'm very excited. It's my birthday. I'm going to get some flowers. I'm going to get a vegan cake, tons of wine, hang out with friends, play some games. It's going to be a gay old time. So let me know if you have any game suggestions down below. If you like this sort of video, let me know, and I will definitely let you know any new board game that I buy and we try out, whether it's good or bad, or we really enjoyed it or we didn't. Other than that, I'm going to get back to my birthday real quick because I need to drink some more wine. It's like your one day you could drink all day if you wanted to. That's not a problem. It's my birthday. Anyway, love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful lazy Sunday if you get to have a lazy Sunday. I will see you in my next video.